bread. We're going to give you a quick idea how to do things with Eclair dough today, and then we'll go on farther and show you other things. I just want to show you how easy it is to make simple things like swans and little puffs and little eclairs that will make a real dressy tray for you if you follow just exactly what I'm telling you. First thing we're going to do is put a pint of water on the stove. We're going to turn the stove on high. We're going to add 8 ounces of cheap shortening. The cheaper the shortening, the better. Now we're going to hold back 11 ounces of bread flour. It has to be bread flour. And the best flour is, right now on the market, is King Arthur. It'd be the best you can get. So buy King Arthur, or if you want Millstone, bread flour is good too. Alright, now we're going to add the flour to the boiling water and shorten. And we're going to stir it for 1 minute. This is called a Pate choux. This is where your Pate choux comes in. It's the same thing you make Yorkshire pudding with, except you use butter and milk. Pate choux is the same. You're going to count off 60 seconds now. Okay, and that's what your Pate choux should look like. I'm going to dump it into the bowl over here. Shut it down for where it gets cold. Okay, this is what the Pate choux looks like. It's wicked hot, so you have to be careful. Now we're going to put it on the mixer. So can you get the mixer? And this is called a paddle. You're taking the paddle, put it on the mixer, turn it. The steam should come out of it as it's rolling. Now, the next thing you're going to do is start to add your eggs. Okay, we're adding part of the eggs and letting them mix a little bit. Now we have a teaspoon of baking powder over here. We're going to add to the mix. Just throw it in there. Spread it out. Let it mix a little bit. Now if you're busy, you want to break all the eggs up into here while the batter's still warm. Now what we're going to do is add the rest of the eggs. Really a very simple thing to do. Add the eggs and let it run. We're going to let it run until it gets smooth. You can shut it off. Heat the oven to 410. And let that get hot. And that's hot enough, then we'll start baking. This is the batter after it's mixed. This is the consistency it should look like. This is about a 1/4 inch tube. That's what we're going to use for the necks of the swans. Now, not very difficult to make. I'm going to make easy swan for you so you can make them. Alright, here we go. We're going to make like a 2, a short stem on the back. A 2 short stem. 2 short stem. 2 short stem. 2 with a short stem, 2 with a short stem, 2 with a short stem, 2 again. So if I sound like I'm repeating myself, it's so that you'll get the idea of how to do it. 2, 4, 6, 8. We're going to make some extra necks because necks tend to break very easily. So you always want to make sure you got extras. Now, this is a Eclair batter, which is a French pastry, which you better known as Eclair's Cream Puffs This is just one of the things that St. Horn made. He was a pastry chef way back, turn of the centuries. They're done. Now we're going to make the bodies. Can you catch everything I'm saying about? Now we're going to do the bodies. And that's not very hard either. What you got to remember is to make the front of the eclair higher than the back. Here, and come down with a little up and down a little thin. Up and down a little thin. Up and down a little thin. Up, down, up and down, up and down, up and down. I get an idea of what I'm doing. It's very simple. This is a bag with a star tube. Up and down, up and down. Okay, that's the bodies. That's what the bodies are going to look like. Now we're going to make the wings. Well, the wings are relatively simple too. So we have 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 bodies. So we want 11 wings. I'll explain this to you later. Your wings are going to look like this. Six, 7, 8, 9. I say 9 wings. 6, 11. And it's 11 wings. So you got your necks, your wings, and your bodies. That'll take care of this one. Now, with the same batter, we're going to make another thing too. What you're going to do is this. Take your thing, take it down, go around, come up. Go down, come around, go up. Come down, go around, and up. All this will be explained to you as we go. All right, now, usually is a nice one to make. It's called a miniature eclair instead of making a big. Okay, these are the small eclairs. Now, remember that old saying, everybody eats with their eyes, and I'll prove that to you when we're done. It's the way you present your food is the way people take it. If you present it poorly, then they think it tastes lousy. If you present it right and looks cute, then they think it's great. And I'll show you why and how. Okay, so we don't want big eclairs because that's something you buy in the store. These are miniature eclairs. The reason for these are to make a tray. Make a tray look nice. Okay, and there's some miniature eclairs. Okay, now make some pretty puffs. Smart thing to do with eclairs, make sure you have all your pans ready. Saves a lot of time, a lot of aggravation. These are miniature cream puffs. Now there's one way you can do these to make them look right. You take a little water, and just touch the ends. That'll make them look right. Okay? There, there, and there. That'll bring your eclair a little flatter, a little better look. Your cream puff, excuse me. So many things you can do with cream puffs, shells, that it's not even funny. To make full trays of different things depending on what you want to do with them. If you want to make them big, then you can use them for cream puffs or for ice cream shells or whatever. These we're making for fancy trays, so we're going to eliminate the big ones. There we go. Okay, that's small cream puffs. And about 21 minutes, roughly. It may take a little longer. I'm going to show you what a big eclair looks like, so you know it's the same thing we're talking about, only it's much bigger. See? These are the ones you would buy in the store, or cream puffs, which are much bigger too. Okay, see how our puffs are coming. You can see now how they're puffing up. They're not done, but they're puffing up. Okay. Now we're going to put some necks in, which take a little less time to bake. So you got to be careful with the necks. That was 21 minutes. We're going to put the facsimile what the wings look like. This is 1 quart of milk and 8 ounces of sugar. 1 quart of whole milk, 8 ounces of sugar. In here is a little bit of the milk, not much, and 5 eggs. And 2 ounces of starch, corn starch. This is the corn starch I'm using. There's better starch on the market than this, but this is the one I have handy for the moment. Okay, now your corn starch is mixed in here. Remember, your milk's got to come to a boil. You can cut it now. Okay, now we got the milk and the sugar. It's getting hot. And as it gets hot, it has to boil up. If it doesn't boil up, you're not going to get a good cream. It has to almost touch the top of the pan. So you want to keep an eye on it and keep stirring it, because you don't want to burn it either. Okay, let's watch it now. She should start boiling any second. There she comes now. See the rolling boil in there? Now, as it rolls, it's going to come up to the top. We're just going to let it scald the milk. Okay, good. Now we're going to add in starch, the eggs, and a little bit of water, and we're going to stir it. It should start to thicken. There it goes. Just make sure you keep doing the bottom. As she thickens the bottom, you want to make sure the bottom doesn't burn. And you can see it thickening as you're stirring it. Taking a little longer than it should, but it's not the world's best starch either. Just keep going across the bottom until you get it. Okay. So that should about do it. See the consistency of it now? Looks watery, but it's not. Now, what you do is you add a little butter. There's some butter in there, stir that in. Butter in, put a little bit of salt, nuts, and then you put some Jamaican vanilla, which I happen to have, otherwise just use plain vanilla. Not much, just a drop. This stuff is strong. Okay, we'll just stir it again. Okay. Okay, this is a pint of whipping cream. It's whipping cream or heavy cream, whatever you want to call it. There's another kind you can use, goods. Okay, put that in there. In a bowl, we're going to add 4 ounces of powdered sugar. Stir it up. We're going to start whipping. We're going to add a drop of vanilla, not too much. And we're going to let this whip till it starts to turn up. Shouldn't take long.
Okay.
That's what it looks like when it's whipped. It's just whipping cream, powdered sugar, a little vanilla. Okay, we're cutting the bottoms or the bodies in half. Very important. Now put a little cut in the top. I'll show you why in a minute. So we're going to repeat this a couple of times so you get the idea of what's going on. We want that open in there. Now we're going to put a little cut in the top like this. It'll all come to you as we're going along. Okay? Just throw it back on top, doesn't matter. Again, we're cutting in half. I'm doing them all so you can get the idea. If you keep watching me, you'll get the idea of what I'm doing. I'm just cutting a piece of the top of the body out and putting it back on here. You're wondering why, you'll see very shortly. Here we go. Half again. Cut a little piece out of here. And put it back on here. Now there's several ways of doing these. I'm going to show you the short and easiest way to do them, which is the way we're doing them now. This would be the easiest way that I can think of, without getting too fancy with them, you know. So this you can do at home for a party, whatever you want to do. Someday you want to have some company coming over, you want to have something special. Well, this is it. I'll show you how to set up the whole tray and make it look nice. It's going to be just with cream puffs and eclairs. There we go. Okay, a couple more and we'll be done. Now, if I'm repeating myself, it's fine, because it's the best way to learn. You see it a few times and it'll set in your mind and you'll know exactly what's going on. Here we go. Another one. And we're going to cut holes in the top again. And then we're going to put it back on. Bottom here, there. We're going to cut it again. Put the holes on the top. And put it back on again. This is all scrap here. We don't want to scrap, so put the scrap right here. Okay, now we're going to start putting them together. This is the whipped topping right here. We're not going to get too fancy with it. We just show you a quick. This is a quick swan. There's fancier ones which I'll show you at a later date. This one is a very quick one, especially if you got company coming. Put the whipped cream in there. Put the top on there. Make sure it sets just like I'm showing you. You take the neck, you can break a little bit off. You put it in there, shove it back in and down. Alright, so that's the neck. I'm going to do it again over here. Put some cream down. Make sure you got that little split on the top. Take another neck. Shove it down into the eclair so it stays, so the neck wedges into that curve, the V on the top. Okay? Again, take a little bit off there. Put this on here if you like first. A lot better. Okay, your neck isn't gonna, oh, the neck is gone. That's what I mean about a broken neck. You gotta be careful. They break very easily. Okay, another neck. And put it in there. Put this over it. And let it go there. Okay, here we go with another one. Repetition, but it's the best way to learn. So keep it going, keep watching. By now some of you are saying, okay, enough, Uncle Mike. Enough, brother-in-law or brother, whichever, who's ever watching the film. But believe me, repetition, after teaching 11 years of adult ed, I know that repetition is the best way to learn. Just keep watching, keep doing it over and over until you get it snug in your mind. Okay, here we go with more repetition. Again with the neck, down in. Make sure you use this to cover the sides. It also locks the neck in so the neck doesn't fall apart on you. But you will lose some necks, you can't help it, they're too delicate. There we go, take a little bit of that, this one off. Right in here. Take your cream, put it over here. There you go. Another one. If it seems to be getting repetitious because this is the way, you want to make sure that the neck is inside and a little curve fits around to tighten it up so it doesn't go anywhere on you. Okay, so far, all right, more repetition. So you get the idea. I wouldn't be doing so many if I didn't want to learn how to do them right. Make sure you shove this down into the cream puff. Sometimes you have to push the cream over a little bit and put the cover back on. Literally known as the top of the body. Put it right there. And put them there. Now, a couple of more and then we can move on from here. If you think it's repetitious for you, just imagine for me. But if you got a party, you want to make sure you got enough. One for a person should be plenty, but you never know. So, push them down in the middle, push the cream back, put the top of the shell up, put it up over, and it'll hold the neck in again. And we got one more. We're going to do the same thing with this. Top over here, and then back in. All right, so now the bodies are set. Now we're going to do the wing. Slicing the wings in half. These are the wings and we're cutting them right in half, as you can see. Okay. There we go, right in half. In half. These are approximately 11 wings, so we got 2, 4, 6, 10, 12. So far you got me, we're cutting the wings in half, okay? Make sure you use a good sharp knife. Serrated knife is your best bet. Okay, so you just simply cut it in half, don't put your fingers in front of it. Cut away from yourself, okay? Nothing very difficult here so far, right? Okay, and, okay, again, we got it. All right, that's your wings. Now, where do the wings go? Very simply. Just put a little whipped cream here, and a little whipped cream there. You got it so far? Adam, you right with me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Put a wing here. Put another wing here. And we've got a swan going so far. Okay. Another wing here. Another wing here. And a wing here. And a wing here. And something of these. Wing here. Here. And a wing here. A wing here. There you go. And here. A wing here. Now, remember that everybody eats with their eyes. It's very important. So I want to make sure it looks good. What we're going to do now is put a little powdered sugar on, which is going to make them look like a swan. As you can see, they look like a swan now. This is a simple swan. There is one more. Okay, these are cupcake liners turned inside out. What we're going to do is put them in here. Put it on there. Got it so far? We'll put the swans on here and here to give them a little classy look to them. And then we'll go from there. If you're going to plan this project, you better plan it the day before because it takes a lot of time to do this stuff. It takes a lot of time to bake it off. That's the only problem. It doesn't take long to make it, it's baking it off. So if you're having a party, you want to press them, follow me on just the Eclair batter and you can do it. I assure you, 60% of the people won't know what it is till they see it. I'm sure a lot of people have never seen them before, but a lot of people have, so. But we're going to go here for now. And here. Okay, one more. Okay. That's what they look like so far. Just simply stick your tube in the side, squeeze and let the cream go inside the puff. Same thing with the small Eclair. Push a little hole, squeeze, and it's done. That's all there is on filling them. Right now we're just icing miniature Eclairs. And I'm going to show you how we're going to make everything look nice and fancy for you. If you have company coming and you want to do these. You've seen we filled them with custard. You can also use chocolate custard if you like too, to make a little variety. But Eclairs are just one thing, thousands of baking things, but if you concentrate on it hard enough, you can do a lot with it. There's a lot more to everything than it seems. Okay, these are just a green stem, just white frosting with a little green in it. Not a big deal, just go down anyway, crooked, whatever way you want to do it. Okay, we're just going to put a little over here, here, on the chocolate. Okay, now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut this tube two slants. One going this way, turn the tube over, and cut the other one this way. And you should come out with somewhat of a leaf. See? Very simple. Squeeze it out, put it on the small Eclair. Very simple. Okay, so far, you know, if you have questions, we'll go over it, you know, or you can always call me or We'll figure out, we'll go a little farther in the decorating part so you get an idea how to do it. But I'm sure most of you know how to do this. This is just a leaf, that's all. With a little crooked stem on it. Okay. Now there's a small rose tube, very tiny. We're just going to put a little bud on it like that. Doesn't really amount to much. You don't have to be decorative. Just squeeze it, twirl it around, but you can't tell what it is. It's supposed to be a small rosebud, but that's all there is to this one. As you see, we just put a little bit of color into it. Brightens it up. And halfway home. Okay, we can do the same thing with the small puffs. A little touch, a little bit. Not really difficult, just a little bit of color in there. There. They'll eat them so fast they won't even know what color the rose was supposed to be. Okay? So far, so good. This is a special tray we just made out of just a cream puff batter. So you get an idea what you can do. That's a silver tray underneath. Looks a little fancy. Be nice if you have company. Really impressive. Now we're going to show you one more right after this. This is tray number 2. This is just a round tray. A little cream puffs like I showed you how to do the swirls. Everything is on the tape. If you have a question, you have to call me. I'm here. Just get an idea. This would be another beautiful dessert, depending on what you're having, tea, or you want to have company over, or you want to have it for late night dessert. It's perfect. Little eclairs, little cream puffs. You make some with whipped cream. The Swans are all whipped cream. Now these are commonly called leftovers. That's what we had after we finished the trays. Put them on 2 little trays. As long as you make sure you use cupcake liners to put the shells in, they look fine. For a little quick snack or something, or you're having a couple of people over, you can use these trays. And that's going to do it for now on the eclairs. The next time we get together, we'll be making animal breads, cornucopias, various things. That's it for now. Thank you.